Oh my goodness. Okay. Looks like it is another episode of the Sesh Connection, you guys. Another episode. That means that we are on episode 18. This is actually what? 18.2, because yesterday we did that special Mother's Day episode just for mom. Uh, so let's see. This past week, where did we go? Where did we go? You know that if you were watching yesterday, that I went to Bearstead Brewery specifically for that Mother's Day episode to get the the Beermosa ingredients, actually. So in doing so, while I was there, I actually ended up having to pick up a 4-pack because they didn't sell them in singles. So of course, I'm going to do my review today on the actual beer itself from Bearstead Brewery, which is on Blake Street in Denver. Those of you that are familiar with Bearstead, they do nothing but lagers, guys. And it's fantastic. One of my favorite things to do there actually is to get the Helles. And the Helles that we got from yesterday and we're going to review today by itself is a 4.9% lager. Let me show you our can. So this is the Bearstead 16-ounce lager. As I said, 14.9% on that. And again, it is one of my absolute favorite beer styles in all the land. It's got like hints of honey, slightly on like the heavier side. Like, in other words, you know how like we describe there being like maybe a lightness to a Pilsner or even a Mexican style lager. This has just a bit of a heavier side, so less effervescent in that, but still has that like crisp, smooth, clean taste. I mean, overall, just absolutely pleasant tasting. I typically, like I said, visit Bearstead. It's women-owned, diverse team, great food, and they specialize in that slow pour pills, and dunkels as well, among some of the other German faves. But they make lagers, and like I said, that is it. It's plain, it's to the point. They don't veer from the craft. By overdoing it with any kind of different, like crazy varieties out there. They do have a cocktail list as well, but it's specific and it is kind of limited. Even though they say full cocktail bar, you actually see some drinks in there that they can make. I like, though, they have a strong team, so they are able to keep to that craft for sure. It is actually literally, it's Denver's home of the slow pills pour. So, and you know how much I love me the actual slow pills pour, which is basically a 7-minute pour. And you watch as we talked about this once before, you watch as that beautiful white creamy head kind of pulls down into the beer and just like pulls in all of those flavors. Usually when I'm there as well, I'm a super huge fan of the big ass pretzel. And when I'm having a really shitty day, I'm even more fond of the bigger ass pretzel, which probably should be shared with 2 people, but you have a bad day, damn it, and you're gonna go for that bigger ass pretzel. So, but the brewery itself is actually like a giant adult playground with literally like adult size Connect Four, giant beanbag cornhole games. I swear I think I saw an oversized bowling area, but I mean, don't hold me to that last one, but it's worth a visit for sure. I've actually had almost all the foods on the menu at some point in time. And I mean, keep in mind, again, that it's this traditional German style stuff. So they have a traditional German style meat plate, and it's really great. It's paired well with all of them, the Helles, the Dunkel, and the Pilsner. Definitely go and check it out. I think we're going to get to that beer now. I've probably talked your ear off long enough about this deliciousness. Also, though, let me just tell you real quick, you guys, they actually have a virtual tour online where you can actually see the entire brewery in its entirety. So if you go online to bearstadlager.com, you'll be able to go like scroll down. It'll lead you to a virtual tour. And that's Bierstadt. That's going to be BIERSTAD as in dad, T as in Tracy, L as in lager, and AGER.com. Again, definitely check that one out. I really do love it. The meat plate is great. Those pretzels are fantastic. Let's get on to this beer, you guys. Let's get on to this beer. I know you're chomping at the bit. I'm chomping at the bit. It's time. So one thing I always like to expect with the Helles is that we're probably going to have not that slow Pils pour, where we're waiting for it to go down a whole lot, but we're definitely going to get some of that. So I'm going to try and pour a little bit more at an angle and just kind of tilt it at the top when we get that opportunity, so we don't get too much head up there. So, all right, you guys. So as you can see here, nice effervescence to that too. It really, really is. But again, that's going to go away fast. You've got this beautiful honey color to it, practically clear. It's just really nice looking. Again, it has that really nice honey smell to it. It also has that little bit of like, the smell I love, that wet hay smell in a brewery. You all know it. You all actually enjoy it. Don't tell me you don't. But it definitely has that to it as well. As I said, I mean, that head also dissipated quite quickly. Really nice. And as you can see, those bubbles are going away pretty fast, right? So definitely nice and subtle. Again, just slightly heavy. Actually has a little bit more of like bubbles than normal Helles. But I say normal Helles when I've tried Helles from all different areas. And if I'm really looking for someone to do a good Helles, it's definitely going to be Bierstadt at this point. Second runner-up, don't get me wrong, you guys. I love you. Halfpenny Brewery, by far one of my fave Helleses for sure. I think I took my father there many a time to get a Helles or two. But yeah, Bierstadt, thank you so very much. Great Helles here. Really, again, if we remember yesterday's Mother's Day episode, obviously goes well with orange juice for a beer mosa too. So that was really nice. Again, happy belated Mother's Day to anybody that didn't get a shout out to Mother's Day yesterday. Really exciting. We're going to talk a little bit more about the Mother's Day weekend. Where's my other hand? Oh, there it is. We're going to talk about the other Mother's Day weekend stuff that I did this past weekend in a little bit. But, it's time for a little traveling. It certainly is. And we're visiting Argentina today. But we're doing things just a skosh differently. So let's get to it, shall we? Today, we actually went to Maria's Empanadas to try our Argentinian beer. Why? Because apparently Maria's Empanadas, the one on Broadway in Denver, actually has an Argentinian beer that they have imported to them. It is the Quilmes beer, and it is a Classica lager. And again, another 4.9%er. This Argentinian beer, it's nice, thick, white head, fairly reasonable time to dissipate as well. Really nice honey golden colors, sweet smells. Nothing was too crazy to compare it to. I'd say light pear tastes on that for sure. Had a slightly effervescent, nice tiny little bubbles on the lips. And they served it bottle style right here in Denver. I love that. It wasn't from a tap. It was something I can see. They gave me the bottle. And again, the taste, super light, great bubbles, light sweetness. It's for sure one that you're going to want to drink on a hot summer day. Maybe in that part of Denver for especially in that part of Denver, go for a day of antiquing. Because you're in the antique district over there. And then, it ends at Empanadas, Maria's Empanadas, for an empanada and an Argentinian beer. I think that's great. As a matter of fact, just so you guys know how great this beer actually looked, you'll see behind me that I actually have a picture of the beer, and it's got to go in a vertical way, of course. So we're just going to wing it, right? But as you can see, nice golden colors there, really nice thick head up at the top. And that's actually over here is what the beer actually looks like. So it's called Quilmes beer. It's actually pronounced Quilmes. And it's a beer. I loved it. And it certainly, I would say it certainly paired well with the two empanadas that I got. I got a Diego, which was a chicken-filled empanada, and I got the Argentina, which was a steak-filled empanada. So I guess really, since it's behind me, we might as well talk about it for a moment. So I guess the next question would truly be, where did it come from? Right? So, and I love to give my histories on some beers, but the brewery itself actually started in 1890 by Otto Bemberg, and it was actually created in the town of Quilmes to create he wanted to do a more traditional German style beer, but in Argentina. And so they actually source all of the ingredients for their beer in their hometown. Everything that they put into their beer is sourced from their hometown. So it actually gives the town flourishing employment, really, which I love. I think that that's really great that they're able to do something like that, to have the entire town actually participate and be able to grow the things that they're able to source. So really great. Thank you so much to Maria's Empanadas, and of course to Quilmes Brewery in Argentina. And so, again, you guys, I think we were talking about a little bit of Mother's Day stuff, right? And so yesterday, as I said, we used the Helles beer for the beer mosa. But what did I do beforehand and the day before for Mother's Day? Well, I was part of the Denver Yoga Social Goat Yoga event held over at with the marketplace. It was held over at the wine bar Infinite Monkey Theorem over there on Larimer. And oh my God, you guys, the goats were so cute. I feel like the last year they were tiny. I'm like, are these a little bit more grown? Are they the same ones? Do they just take a while to grow? I don't know, but they were super duper cute. It was just a pleasure getting to hold them, getting to see them. I'm pretty sure that the yogis did more goat petting than they did, more of like relaxing yoga, as they probably should have. But I think that the pop-up market, the goat yoga, the wine bar itself, everything about it made the whole weekend great. It was a 2-day event. There were so many classes of yoga to sign up for. That was fantastic. And again, we just had a really, really, really great time. And really what I'm going to talk about with this is actually going to segue in a little bit, and we'll talk about it in our second part of our segment, which is our cannabis segment. But while I was at that pop-up market, several different vendors were there, one of which was Iovia. So I actually got to do massage therapy, my chair massages that you all know that I do. I got to do that with Iovia products. So again, we'll talk about that in the second segment. But as for now, let's look up some upcoming beer events, right? Actually, from 5/13 to 5/19 is the start of Craft Beer Week. So don't forget, you guys, this whole week, get out there, get to your local craft brewery. Get a beer from a craft brewery, guys. We, again, it's kind of in a state of mind where craft breweries they were thriving, and now they're kind of losing that thriving effect anymore. We hear about a lot of them closing up because people aren't drinking as much. There's a different generation that's not really interested in alcohol and things like that. Or a lot of these breweries are losing focus on their craft because they're trying to accommodate all different angles. So they're trying to accommodate all different, like the liquor drinkers. They were trying to accommodate the food eaters. And, bar food is bar food. Make it small. I know you want to be a brew pub if you want to. But when you're a brewery, keep it small, keep it light. Have your food trucks. Stay to your craft so you don't lose focus. I just think that that's important. Don't you think that's concerning? No. But anyway, I think that's actually going to do it for today on the brewery part of everything. Of course, I want to thank Berstad Brewery, Quilmes Brewery in Argentina, and of course, Maria's Empanadas. I say that we segue right into the next part of the show. Right. So the next part of the show, of course, is going to be our cannabis part of it. If you're tuning in now, great. If you're ending with us from the previous show, to always tune in Mondays, 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time for the Sesh Connection. I'm your host, Tracy Valentine. You guys, thanks again for tuning in. Thanks for the new group for tuning in if you're just tuning in now. So again, we were talking previously in the other segment about the Mother's Day event and that I was using Iovia products. And as a matter of fact, if you guys remember Laura Anderson from Joy Bombs, when she did a review with me about Joy Bombs and we talked a bit about that company, she is going to come back next week as our guest to talk more about the products we're talking about right now. She's going to get in depth with some of the other products that Iovia offers. But today, we're going to go over the stuff that I actually used on clients this weekend, courtesy of Iovia. And so two of the products that we had offered this past weekend were actually the true transdermal cannabis-infused creams that Iovia offers. One of the ones that we did was a 1-to-1, which was a 10 milligram CBD to a 10 milligram THC. And the other one that we were using that actually seemed to be the most popular one in use was the 19-to-1 high CBD, low THC, which means you got 200 milligrams CBD to 10 milligrams THC. Well, now, what does that mean for you guys? Well, when it comes down to it, I think that what people really want to know is, oh my God, am I going to get super high? Oh my gosh, am I going to have this show up on drug tests? Let's do this. Yes. Or no, rather, and yes. No and yes, okay? So no, you're not going to get super high. The cannabinoids you're working with the CBD and THC will work within your system, but they will not give you that crazy psychoactive effect of feeling like you're high on drugs. Will it show up in your system? Yes, it has just enough to show up in a drug test. So boo-hoo to that. That really sucks. But at the end of the day, you guys, hopefully we are looking at a rescheduling of cannabis, and hopefully that won't be a problem for people anymore. Fingers crossed for sure. But anyway, let's get back into this. So let's do a quick product overview of Iovia in general. They are definitely Cannabis Cup winners. They complement any cannabis regimen, new or experienced users. And the most effective thing are these transdermals that they have. So they have the most effective stuff on the market. As we said, we used these on people this past weekend, people that had chronic pain, new injuries, sports injuries, of course, any kind of athletic soreness. This was, it's an easy and discreet thing to carry along with you. It's great to use on your body after you're done, even with a workout, just to kind of get in there in the system. It has lower intoxicating formulations as well. And, anybody that's struggling with like inflammation, pain, insomnia, or anxiety, this is great stuff to use on your body. Let's get a little bit into some product details for you guys on this stuff. And so most products in the market only address like basically your top layer. I'm actually going to open up one of these. And first, let me show you what I've got rather than just tell you what I've got. So this one that I'm going to open, and this one is actually very light right now. This is the 19-to-1. And then this little bad boy over here, that's actually going to be our 1-to-1 by Iovia. Okay. So, again, they're only looking at, a lot of places only look at the top layer of the skin. Iovia transdermal creams actually deliver the CBD and THC cannabinoids safely, effectively, directly through the skin. Goes right into the bloodstream, you guys, within like a 10 to 15 minute onset for you, which is fantastic. The delivery system actually works with actually bypassing your digestive tract and goes, like I said, right into the skin. Alrighty, these creams have been applied directly to the skin of the affected area. You can get relief on the spots it's needed. You don't have to put it in. If you're having knee pain, no one's telling you to swallow a pill. We're not telling you to go ahead and spread the ointment on your thigh. Spread it on the affected area. That's the best way for it to work. That's probably the only way that it's going to work. And I think that that's great. So you can even receive a more cultivated benefit by applying this kind of stuff to well, let's show you we got some here, right? It says, let's put it in our wrist area, right in the wrists. And a little bit goes a long way, you guys. You do not have to glob CBD, THC, any kind of creams that are supposed to help you. You should not be globbing them on. That's defeating the purpose. A little bit goes a long way. So you want to put this on your wrists. You want to put it on the tops of your feet, behind your ears even just to get right back in there, right along the back side of the ear, in between your fingers, of course, right? And why do you think I'm doing all this? Even in your neck, your collarbone, this area. Why? Because it's the thinner layer of the skin. Alrighty, it's that area that's going to be the most easiest way for that ointment, that cream, to get into your bloodstream, get it into the nice thin sections of your skin. All right, tops of the feet, I feel, are one of the best and easiest ways to do it. But again, if you're feeling that way, by all means, put it on the affected area. Nobody is telling you to not put it on there, for sure. So again, you guys, you can get the Iovia products at, most dispensaries, I would say, a lot of them, maybe 60% of the dispensaries out here in Colorado. We hope to see them a little bit more nationwide, for sure. I'm telling you, every client that I had this past weekend really absolutely loved using the 19-to-1 product. And again, the difference, there really isn't, well, you can't really tell because I don't really have much in the 19-to-1, but these are your creams. This is what it's going to look like. They're not heavy creams either. It's nice and light, kind of fluffy, not too oily. It does get nice and soft, but it really absorbs into the skin, and I would say fast. It leaves it with a nice, soft feeling. It does not leave you with an oily effect at all. So keep that in mind, you guys. Really great product, the True Transdermal Cannabis Infused Cream by Iovia. Laura is going to come see us next week on Monday, and we're going to talk more products of theirs. They've got bath salts, they've got tinctures. We're going to chat up Iovia and see what they've got out there. We're talking about maybe doing a couple of different things together, especially with using massages and doing some pop-ups. I think that would be a great idea. Yeah, that was actually a lot of fun this past weekend to do. Our industry is definitely one with a lot of different types of products out there, which I love. We're not just sticking to just the flower. We're not just sticking to concentrates. People are getting more and more innovative. As you know, when we had Dangerously Dope, when we had Alicia here, she had her infused spices rather. So, there's people doing that. She had infused ghee. There are infused drinks out there. There's always something that people are creating, and I want to find them all and try them all and review them all with you on the show. I have a lot of fun doing that, and I hope you guys enjoy it. I hope that we get more people that watch every once in a while, which is pretty cool. But all in all, I just do this for fun, for enjoyment, for for helping both you and me kind of understand products better together. And get people out there to visit different places, try different beers, of course, from our other part of the show. And in this case, try different types of cannabis products. It doesn't always have to be about the flower. It doesn't always have to be about the concentrates. And it sure as shit doesn't always have to be about the gummies, guys. Tired of the gummies. Although we'll probably review some gummies this upcoming month. But all in all, I'm glad that there are other products out there for sure. We do have an event that, well, I like to call it a cannabis event coming up. On the 17th is National Baking Day. So, of course, as I've said before, guys, get baked. Bake something that's infused. I don't care. But It says baking day. I say we turn it into a cannabis holiday for sure. I don't care. I mean, we can keep it as both. You can bake something infused so we can get baked baking. And it'll be fun, of course. That's the 17th. That's all day long. This upcoming weekend is the Bongathon picnic. So I will be getting information on how to obtain tickets for you guys, and we'll be posting the QRs and stuff like that on the Instagram, of course, because I really would love for those of you that are interested to experience Bongathon. It is what people would like to call a mini Burning Man, if you would. It's a couple of days, not a week, but a couple of days of fun. And we don't burn an effigy, I don't believe. Maybe we do. But still, you guys are gonna love it. If you're interested, I will post to the gram as soon as I come back from that picnic next week. So we'll talk about that actually next Monday when we have Laura on the show as well. Guys, real quick, I'm still asking for people to participate in the Denver Over the Edge, to donate to Denver Over the Edge under my name, Tracy Valentine, TRACEY VALENTINE, just like the massacre. Please donate to that if you can. Trying to raise $1,500 to rappel down the side of the McGregor building in Denver, all on behalf of cancer research. All of that money that we do get donated goes directly to the Cancer Research Fund. It does not go in my pocket. It does not get written out to me. You do not send that money to me. It goes to a link. We will post the link on the gram. Please help out with that. And if I have to ask another thing for you guys to help out with, and really, again, I don't do this for money. Obviously, I'm doing it for donations to help with other things. I'm not putting any of this money in my pocket, but there is another situation that we got to talk about, you guys. Industry fam, we need you out there. We have a friend of ours. If you've ever been to an event out here in Denver that's had caviar, then you have most likely met our friend Steve Coker. He is currently in the hospital right now, has been for quite some time. So if you haven't seen him and you've wondered where he's been, he has been in the hospital. We would rather you really kind of go to the GoFundMe page to find out his history. I would rather not blast too much about what's going on over the YouTube, but I would like to say that we need your help. If you guys can take the time to donate to help out Steve. People, we know what medical bills are like. We know what it's like to be stuck in a hospital and not be able to make your car payments, not be able to make your rent payments, not be able to make your phone payments. That all adds up along with your medical bills. Every little bit helps. $5 helps. $1 helps. You don't have to put that. It's you that donated. You can put anonymous. We don't mind. But Laura Anderson, again, with Iovia and Joy Bomb, she actually started this GoFundMe page up, and we are all determined in this industry. So far, it's been working great to repost and hopefully get people to donate to the GoFundMe page. So if you are or able to help out, it's going to be GoFundMe. So it's gofund.me / lower cases on this one, guys, lower cases. So /BFDBE89A. Alrighty, if you guys can get out there, donate whatever you can to help Steve out. We would all really appreciate it. We love you, Steve. You are part of our industry family, and we wish you the best. We wish you well. We will definitely every week put this up to talk about getting you on a GoFundMe and hoping that more and more people will donate. Get better, my friend, get better for sure. So, I think, guys, I think that is going to end our show for today. Like I said, tune in next week. I've got Laura coming in. We're talking Iovia products. We're definitely going to visit another brewery. We're going to talk Bongathon. And yeah, thank you to Iovia. Thank you to Laura. Get better, Steve. And you guys, I'm your host, Tracy Valentine of the Sesh Connection. Tune in every Monday, 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Subscribe and like to the channel, of course. Follow me on the gram at the_sesh_connection. You also know that I do love to promote the company I work for, Disposable. You guys, it is festival season. It is hiking season. It is summertime away season. You're going to need one of these. You're not going to want to keep spending money on glass pipes every chance you get. Get one of these. Get a 3-pack. You can get them at DKC right now on Welton Street at that dispensary. And if you buy the 3-pack, that's 2 others you can take home with you or travel back states with. They're flat, you guys. They come flat. You can take the other 2 home and travel with them elsewhere. It is not something that will get you in trouble traveling with. It is not. It is a very inconspicuous item. So like I said, guys, definitely hit up Disposable when you get a chance. Go see them over at Denver Kush Club. I think that's going to do it for today. I really do. Happy belated Mother's Day to anybody, again, who didn't get a happy Mother's Day from anyone yesterday. And anybody, again, that identifies as a mother, happy Mother's Day to you. We wish you all the best. You guys have a wonderful night. Thanks again for tuning in. I appreciate you all. Bye-bye.